my family and I, we moved recently. We're staying somewhere in Montclair. I'm not gonna say where because just in case you think it's a hotbed of spirits and all that. But we moved in a few months back, and I have a 2-year-old. So when we moved in, one thing you need to know about this condo where I stay is that there are empty units. So the one next to us is empty. There are only 6 units per floor. The one next to us is empty, and I think opposite us, and I think above us. But so it's very low density. So it's a nice unit, and when we moved in, we really liked it. However, my daughter, who can say quite a lot of words, one evening, my wife was calling for me, but I could tell. You tell when you're a husband, your wife is a little agitated. So I heard. So I came, and then she said, "Oh, can you just check the bathroom? Because Sophia, my daughter, says there's something there." And I said, "Why? What's there?" "There's an uncle there." And I said, "Where?" "There's an uncle there, behind you, Baba." She calls me Baba. So I said, at this point, my wife was freaking out, but she didn't want to show it. And then I said, "I don't think so. There's nothing here." "Oh no, it's near the window now." So there is a corner window which overlooks everything. So first things first, she knows the word uncle because she has uncles and all that. But she's also not at that age where she's gonna make stuff up yet. She's just into her terrible 2s now. But at that time, I think she was just about to turn 2. So it was quite shocking. So I went in and I said, "No, there's nothing here." And to calm my wife down, I said, "There's nothing." "Okay, all right." And then the next day, my wife was still freaked out, but the next day she was playing near the balcony, and then she said, "Oh, uncle is outside. Uncle is outside." And then I said, "What uncle is outside?" "There, uncle outside." And I was a little alarmed because it's not like her to say things like that, and it was all of a sudden. So I got in touch with a specialist. Now I don't know if you guys know this, but Jais has a spiritual department. They're basically like Ghostbusters.
No way.
Yeah. So, and this guy has a lot of following. His videos always hit 500,000. I mean, this guy's an influencer, exorcist and all that.
We need to get him on the show.
So it's actually a public. They make it public.
This guy works for Jais, and they send him out to these areas, and he will try to find the cause, and then he's very well read.
That is very interesting.
So he does look like the guy from the priest from Exorcist. I can't remember.
No way.
Lamp. No, but he's got
Father Merrill.
The original one.
Yeah, maybe Ustaz Merrill.
Ustaz Merrill.
So
okay. Oh wow.
Okay. It wasn't easy getting him because he's actually quite busy. He travels the country to
exercise everywhere.
Yes.
So he finally came about maybe 5 to 6 days later. He came down, and he was wearing all white, and he had his kopia, and a very pleasant man. And then I offered him water. I said, "Come in." He just looked around, and then he said to me that, "Okay, so what is it?" "Oh, my daughter sees things." "Oh ya, memang ada. Saya pun boleh rasa." So, but he asked me questions. It seems like a lot of these units are empty. Are there a lot of people? And I said, "No." "Okay, well, there is something here, and it's nearer the room." And when I say the room, it was the room which Sophia actually said there's an uncle there. I didn't tell him. He actually just walked around, and then after he sat down at the dining table, and he said, "Yeah, di sana ada dan di sana, nearer the balcony."
So there's more than one.
So,
no, it's probably the same.
It's just like that presence. Someone has come in here. So then I said, "Okay, so what can we do?" And he said, "I will create a fence, and then a pagar, but I will also sprinkle some, I will clean the house." Saya bersihkan. So I actually had to prepare a lot of stuff. So it was like bags of salt and sea salt, if you want to get rid of the posh ones. So there's sea salt, and then there was black pepper. It has to be black peppercorns. They were very specific. Mineral water, and then limau. So so what he did was
it's a healthy mix.
It is. These spirits on keto diet. So anyway, so he put it all in a pail of water, and then he started to read, and I had to read with him. So it's usually like Surah Yasin. It's one of the scriptures, and he was reading, and then he read it. Then he said, okay, he's gonna do the fence. He's gonna walk around and cleanse and do the fence. And he walked around. I held the bucket of water, and then the salt was in a separate container which he held. So he took a bit of each, and then while saying ayat. So he did it all around. He didn't even did it next door, the door next door, because he said that it's empty there. So usually these things they settle in a place, and when there's no one around for a long time. So after he did it, he then, sorry, I'm getting it mixed up. I'm jumping straight to he did the fence. He actually exorcised the place first.
Oh, right.
So
okay.
how he did it, me and my wife were seated down, and my daughter was in between us, and we had our legs out. So we were seated on the floor, and our hands were on our lap facing up. Okay.
Oh.
He asked us to close our eyes. So we closed our eyes, and then he started reading scriptures. Reading scriptures, and he would. I mean, this guy is like the Eminem of
Right.
Ustaz's exorcism. So he was good.
Right.
I mean, I was like thinking, this guy's got a good voice. Then he started reading, and he was going into it for about maybe 6-7 minutes, and my eyes were closed. My daughter was very obedient. Her eyes were closed apparently, and suddenly my daughter screamed, screaming and controlling uncontrollably, right? And I put my hand just to try to calm her down, but she wouldn't stop. And then my wife also was putting hand, but we didn't open our eyes. And then after that, he ended the scripture with last few words, and my daughter stopped crying immediately.
Wow.
And then after that, we opened our eyes and said, okay, sudah keluar. Tapi bila keluar, dia terketuk my daughter's
All
legs.
right. Wow.
So your daughter felt.
So my daughter felt something hit, and it actually went out the balcony, because we had to open all the windows.
Naik Bulu.
Yes. Wow. So okay, and then that's when we did the whole pagar thing, and then I sat down with him, and my wife was asking him questions, and I was asking him questions, and he said that a lot of the cases that he goes to, sometimes it's actually psychological. So he's not the type that straight away is a spirit. So sometimes it is psychological. He said he's been to a few jabatans where it's because of stress, or because they've just got so much tekanan, so much pressure that it affects them, and there's really nothing there.
This is a paid service. From government service.
So I think I think you know how these things work.
It's like
token lah.
token. Yeah, like
Okay.
ikhlas lah.
Ikhlas.